Well, good morning and welcome to Real Estate Radio with Kelly Warren and Associates. This is where the Valley's favorite real estate agent comes to tell you everything you need to know about buying or selling your home. Now, here are your hosts, Kelly and Jim Warren.
Good morning, and thank you for tuning in to Real Estate Radio with Kelly Warren and Associates, where we discuss local real estate market right here in our valley. I am in the studio this morning with my husband and co-host, Jim. Hi, Jim.
Hi, Kelly.
We do this little thing every day.
I know.
We're trying to think of a less cheesy way to do this for everybody, but, you know.
I'm waiting for, every week's a surprise to me because I don't know how you're going to address me. Hi, Jim. Hi, Big Jim. Hey, what's going on?
Okay.
You know. So far, they've all been HR appropriate, so good job.
I hope they continue to. You know, one week they're going to get us on a bad week where you can see 20 years of marriage, and it's going to be like, Jim.
Yeah, good morning, Jim.
Joining us in the studio today is Howard Ball. Howard is an agent with our company. And, Howard, how long have you been in the business?
I'm going into my third year now.
Okay. Going into 3 years. So that's a good amount of time in the business. You've gotten your feet wet a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
How are you liking it?
It's my second favorite job, actually.
Second favorite. Tell us what your first favorite job was.
Yeah, what's your first favorite job?
Honestly, it was in the military.
Okay. We love that about Howard.
Had a lot
Howard
of fun.
has a strong military background, Marine, right?
Correct.
Okay. And one of the things that I like.
Marine.
Yes. Where'd you just go?
Jim likes that.
Listen, those are the guys you don't mess with.
No. And those
your dad's
yeah,
a
my
Marine.
dad's Marine. Yeah.
So I just know to keep my head down and my mouth shut, so I don't get in trouble.
My dad probably appreciates that.
So I don't get in trouble.
It's funny for the bridge that has a reputation for eating crayons.
So one of the things that I love about you is your military background and everything, because you have such a strong work ethic. You show up all the time. You're willing to do anything we ask of you. No problem returning calls and just jumping in there and doing whatever it takes, and especially whatever it takes for your clients or whatever it takes to get the deal done. So I appreciate that about you. I know that your clients must also.
I'm very service-oriented, so
yes.
As soon as something hits my desk, I want to make sure that I get it into the outbox or the done pile, so to speak. When it comes to working with clients, I see it as, just another service.
Yeah.
So just
Sure.
Do what they ask of you and make sure you keep them in the loop on everything. And usually everything works out okay.
That's key. That's key in our business is communication.
It is very important, yes.
Yeah, and Howard's very structured and very disciplined when it comes to that stuff. And you see it every day when he's in the office. Like this is what I do today.
Right.
So that's what I like about Howard.
Whether he's got a Santa hat on while he's doing it or not. The whole month of December, Howard was in the office with his Santa hat, bringing us cheer.
I kept it as long as I could, yeah.
Too funny.
So our topic today, we wanted to talk a little bit about what is a realtor. So when Norma was here with us a couple weeks ago, we talked about why somebody would want to use a realtor. But really, what is a realtor? What is a real estate agent? What's our purpose to the client? So that we can help them understand this a little bit better.
Right. So it seems like over the course of my time in the real estate industry, it's been pretty consistent that the buyer or seller is kind of in this mysterious world when it comes to real estate agents. Like they know that they're commission-based, but they think of them as employees or, they're all the same in one company and, they all have the same characteristics, and it's very, very different from the truth because seeing as how real estate agents partner with real estate companies like, XYZ Realty or whatever.
Keller Warren and Associates.
Keller Warren and Associates.
Go to kellersold.com.
I didn't know if there was really an XYZ. I just wanted to be like 555.
Right.
But, when they partner with the company, they still retain much of their own individual business structure because basically we're independent contractors and we're entrepreneurs in a service-based business.
Yes.
So we develop our own business operations and business standards,
Yes.
And
Right.
so, you get some that might joke around a little bit more, some that are a little bit more business, some that are a little more friendly, some that are a little more, uptight and strict. And so I've found that if you're among the general public and, you're looking for a specific type of person to work with, it's good to interview a couple, see who you feel comfortable with. Don't always go with, just the first person that you happen to see a commercial about or whatever, but, put their number down. But, taking a few others too to see what kind of characteristics you vibe with, who, you feel comfortable working with, because you should be talking to them throughout the time that it takes you to complete a transaction.
Right. I agree with you, and I want to go back and dissect what you said a little bit because you covered a lot there. And
Yeah,
I think
did.
Sorry.
no, that's perfect. It's great information for our clients and for the public as a whole. So real estate agents are independent contractor entrepreneurs, so they are aligned with a real estate brokerage. So I, Kelly Warren, am a real estate broker. I had been a real estate agent for 18 years prior to that. And once I became a broker, then I went out and opened my own brokerage. So Kelly Warren and Associates was a team at another company, and we became our own brokerage last year. So agents who are independent contractors and entrepreneurs, when they get their license, they have to be aligned with a brokerage. And the agents kind of interview brokerages in the same way that clients would interview agents. You
Correct.
want a brokerage that's a good fit for you. So some agents, maybe they want a bigger company or they want a national name, or maybe somebody wants a smaller hometown feel company. And there's pros and cons to all of that. Our office, we're smaller in terms of we're not national, we're locally owned and operated. But some of the pros of that are the local ownership is a big key in my mind, and the broker myself is right there in the office every day. So if the agents have any questions, and in addition to just myself, Jim is also around. Kyle is our director of operations. He's around. So if the agents have questions, there's plenty of people around for them to turn to, I feel.
Correct.
And I think that our office has good culture, good, we're fun, we're energetic, we're present, all those kind of things that make it a comfortable place to work. And when you're picking an agent, you're picking the brokerage too. You want to see what marketing and all that kind of thing the brokerage does. But so as you as a consumer listening, like Howard said, you want to work with an agent that you feel comfortable with. So there might be preferences on years of experience for an agent. There might be, and years of experience, sometimes that means something and sometimes it doesn't. I know agents who have been in the business 20 years and sold 20 houses, and I know people who sell 20 houses in 6 months, So experience doesn't necessarily mean years in our business.
Yeah,
Right. This is true.
Well, and the thing with our business is the rules and laws and all that stuff changes from year to year. So if what you were doing a decade ago doesn't always transfer over to current, when it comes to experience.
This is true.
So that could matter too. Obviously we're proud of our history and what we've learned in the past, but also we're proud of what we're learning every single day and what we're doing in our experiences every single day. So,
well, that was a good point too about finding agents actually interview companies to find out what's going to best benefit them and they feel their clients.
right.
And that's what brought me here. I mean, you guys are on the cutting edge of technology and everything else, moving with the wave of, the rest of the United States pretty much when it comes to, all the social media platforms,
Right.
how we go paperless sometimes. I'm able to show up at an appointment and,
It's funny, we go paperless, but I still have to buy paper.
Oh my gosh, and the amount of paper is insane.
I'm able to pull up all kinds of notes on my phone if I don't have them in my hand.
Right.
Yes,
So-
we have systems and services like Dotloop, which is one of our online contract systems. So if you're buying a house from us, if Howard's your agent, for example, and he meets you out in the field and he shows you a house and you love it, right then and there, you can do a paper contract, or he can send you a digital contract, or you can come into the office later on. So these are some of the things, too, that as a client, what do you feel most comfortable with? And usually your agent has a little bit of a relationship with you and knows, okay, they're going to want to sit down and look at a piece of paper and be able to go through line by line everything. Or, these people work and they're busy and they got to get home and give the kids dinner and take the kids to practice and whatever, and they're just going to want me to shoot them an email with the contract that they can open up later on at their leisure, click and sign and move forward. Yeah. So we try and work with our clients to their preferences. And then even if it is a paper contract, if we're sitting across the table from you writing this offer, once it's accepted and everything, we put all of those, scan them right into that system. So if you call 3 days later and you say, hey, what day do I have to have the home inspection done, or what's my possession date? Right on my phone, I can open up this app, I can pull in your address, I can look at the contract, and we can go right through it, basically in my car on my phone with the information. It's crazy how far we've come.
Don't drive and look at your contract.
No, I pull over, I'm in a parking lot, I'm safe.
My life.
Hey, grab a Coke, a smile.
Yeah. Hold on, I'm on the freeway. Let me open it up. Thanks, Cal.
If you are just tuning in, you're listening to Real Estate Radio. If you'd like to be part of the conversation here today, we're talking about what is a realtor with one of our agents, Howard Ball, here in the studio with us. But if you would like to be part of the conversation, if you have questions about real estate in general, please feel free to email us, askkelly@kellysoldit.com. We'll be answering questions from our listeners on the show later this half an hour. So, okay, back to what is a realtor. I wanted to go into a little bit more, like Howard and I had kind of pre-talked about this conversation a couple days ago. So sometimes our clients think that our position is the gatekeeper. We let them in the house. Information, years ago, we had all the information. We were the gatekeeper to that. But now there's so much available to the public with Zillow and, the auditor sites and everything. You can find out so much information on your own. We have that information for you, too, and we can go even further in depth. But beyond that, the value in your real estate agent as negotiating and as contract and keeping everything legal. So let's talk about some of those finer points. After they've selected an agent that works well with them and they like the personality and they like the company and they like the agent, then what can they expect out of their agent?
Well, the agent should be able to explain what's upcoming. For instance, if you have a septic, that'll create a different situation if it's, public sewer. If you have 40 acres versus a half-acre lot right. In Niles, it could vary situation by situation, how the size of the house, what might be expected, inspections, appraisals. The bank loans might differ. VA loans differ from conventional loans, of course. So the agent should be able to tell you, exactly who you need to line up, what time frames you might have to work with inspections and the appraisers and getting loans locked up. Again, what type of loan or what type of possession you're going to take, short sales or special. And those might require some special attention, especially.
Special attention.
Yes, to put it lightly. But, so an agent is able to help you line up what's going on with all that stuff. And I was asked by, a buyer like, well, I can look on Zillow and Truly and all this stuff. Can you get other homes? Well, sometimes one of the benefits of working with a real estate agent is that we have immediate access. As soon as it hits the MLS, we're aware of it. And some of these other major sites, it might be a day or two before they actually get all the information.
True. And even beyond immediate access, you and I go and look at a property that these people are planning to sell the first week of February or in the spring. So in the back of your mind, okay, I've got a 4-bedroom in Lordstown on 3 acres with a 2-car attached garage and a 3-car detached garage. Remember, we were there the other day. Not on the market right now, but they've got a GM transfer. They're going to be moving in the next couple of months. Once they're out of there, they plan to put it on the market. So if we've got a buyer who's looking in that area and they've looked at everything that there is to look at and they're like, nothing meets my criteria, we're able to bring them some extra data like, hey, we know this property is coming up for sale soon. Maybe it'll work for you, and bring something to their attention before it hits market even.
Exactly. And another way that I like to put this with some people is to kind of compare it to changing your own oil or doing your own mechanics work. Like, you could figure out how to do it probably by spending an afternoon on, Google or YouTube and learning how to do it yourself. And
I've tried.
I would much rather take my motor, to somebody that knows how to work on it.
Right.
So, there's a learning curve there. Couple trips to the parts store before I can actually figure it out. And I call friends who are mechanics and I tell them what I did, all proud of myself, and they're like, it took you how long?
Well, hey, one of my very first brokers early on in my career made the comment to me, and I remember it all the time. I don't know what I was doing, but he had talked about leaving it to the expert. So I'm the expert real estate agent. It's my job to show and sell houses. That's my job to negotiate for people. I know how to handle the situations and how to best treat these. So if I do my job and I pay somebody else to do their job, so like the oil changing, but the broker said that he had skipped an open house one week to stay home and paint his garage rather than hiring a professional painter and paying them $600 or whatever it was at the time to paint the exterior of the garage. He said, the agent that's at the open house sold that house, made their, $2,000 commission or whatever it was. And he fumbled through painting this garage all day to save a couple bucks. And so he said, the garage would have looked better and been done quicker and everything had he paid a professional to do what they do. And he would have, had more money in his pocket at the end of the day had he gone and sold the house and done his job. So I always think about that when I'm trying to fumble my way through something. I could learn to do it. I could do whatever. But am I best suited for that, or am I best suited to do what I do and let my accountant do my taxes and let my mechanic do my car and, let each person do what they're best trained to do?
Right. And some people may not realize how much stress you can really bring on. I mean, sometimes there's hiccups that happen, people you have to call that don't call you back, and you got to stay on them. And
exactly. Life of a realtor.
Yeah.
Thank you for listening to Real Estate Radio. If you are enjoying the show and you're thinking about selling your home, that's what we do best. Day in and day out, we sell homes for happy customers. Go to kellysoldit.com, that's kellysoldit.com, to contact us and give us the opportunity to apply for the job of selling your home. We'd love to work with you. We're going to take a short break, and after that, we'll be doing our home pick of the week and answering clients' questions. And if you have any real estate questions, we would love to answer them for you. Write us at askkelly@kellysoldit.com. We'll be back live to answer your questions right after this short break.
Hey, if you need to sell your home without all the headaches most people experience, hey, Sean Hannity here to tell you that after years of buying, selling, investing millions of dollars in real estate, that all real estate agents do not operate the same way. Now, what makes the difference between a home selling fast and for top dollar and one that sits on the market for months and doesn't even sell at all? Well, you have a great American right in your backyard that I trust if I needed to sell my home. I'm talking about Kelly Warren with Kelly Warren and Associates Real Estate Solutions. She services the entire Mahoning Valley, attracts hundreds of buyers every week, and sells an average 3 homes every week. Kelly spends thousands of dollars every month and creates demand for your home, which makes it sell faster and for more money. Don't play games with your home. Call Kelly at 330-717-2689. That's 330-717-2689 or online at kellysoldit.com. That's kellysoldit.com.
Welcome back. You're listening to Real Estate Radio with Kelly Warren and Associates. If you're just tuning in, you can catch a replay of today's show and all of our other segments on our Facebook page by searching Kelly Warren and Associates. Like our page and get notified of new properties and future shows. We are going to talk about our home pick of the week. So I'm going to let Jim start us off. What else do you have for us, Jim?
We only have one. I only have one.
You have one. I have one. Howard has one.
Oh,
home
okay.
picks of the week.
Yeah, awesome. During the break, we just had this whole conversation about talking, and now I'm going to pick out your picks.
Be very careful of your speech patterns.
Okay, so I met the photographer at a house this week. Every once in a while we redo photos and stuff like that, which is a lot of fun.
Retakes. That's an important part of marketing.
And I was trying out a new piece of equipment at this house, which was really cool. The address is 6355 Laurel Park in Hubbard, Ohio. If you're familiar with that area, very beautiful place, very beautiful street. The yard was gorgeous. I absolutely loved it.
Big yard, several lots.
Yeah. So it was a nice big home, and I didn't realize how big it was until I actually got there.
I think that's only second owner too.
Really?
So excellent condition.
It was absolutely beautiful. As I'm walking through the house with the photographer, it is 3 floors.
Yes.
Like, it is huge. I couldn't believe how big this place was. And it was absolutely gorgeous. Nice woodwork throughout the whole property. Nice built-ins throughout the whole property. Like, this is the kind of stuff you don't see in brand new houses. So I absolutely loved it. I just thought that was gorgeous. And then, I was talking to the photographer. I was like, this 3rd floor, I would make it like a master bedroom suite. It was
that'd
just
be nice.
Awesome. Yeah, it was really cool.
Jim is talking about, and obviously blown away here, by 6355 Laurel Park in Hubbard. Asking price is $239,900. It is a 6-bedroom, 2.5 bath, over 4,000 square feet, sitting on over an acre in Hubbard, right by the park. The video that Jim and Mary just took, too, is on our Facebook page. So if you want to take a look at that, and we do have some new photos of it up on all the public sites and on kellysoldit.com, so you can look for those as well.
Was the video on our YouTubes? On our YouTube?
Yes, the video. Kelly Warren and Associates also has a YouTube page, so you can check out previous radio shows and home videos and things like that as well.
We do some cool stuff, man.
Sure.
It's a lot of fun.
We're techie.
Yeah, we're getting into it.
What's your home pick of the week, Howard?
All right, my home pick is 3687 Niles Carver Road in Mineral Ridge, and I was actually there earlier this week. It's a 4-bedroom, 3-bath, Weathersfield School District. This is actually a nice big lot, 3 acres, and it's over 2,600 square feet. They took pretty good care of the property, and everything's really nice.
The 3 acres, 2 backs up to the homes behind it is the St. Mary's development, and I believe Sable Creek there. I think that's one of the most expensive neighborhoods in that area. So nice property values and homes around it as well.
And you could tell that, they spent some time in the backyard, and it's nice back there, too. It's, nice and quiet. And, of course, it's snowing outside, so it's quiet. But
when it's snowed outside.
Our weather changing this week, yeah.
Yeah, but, it was a beautiful property. The people that I took there, they really liked it. And, it's got, a lot of great features. I could see a nice size home for a family.
Yeah. So that one's a split level, 4 bedrooms. What are we at? 20-something square feet?
Just over 2,600.
2,600 square feet, 3 acres. Asking price $198,500. So under $200,000 to have all of this.
Wow.
Sounds like a bargain to me.
That's awesome.
My home pick of the week this week is also in Hubbard, like Jim's. I'm at 356 Westview Ave. This is one of our newer listings, less than a month on the market. Listing price is $129,900, so very affordable. 3 bedrooms on the first floor, partially finished basement with an additional 4th bedroom and another full bathroom and a rec room area down there. Off the main floor, off the living spaces, is a sliding glass doors to a sunroom, which then have sliding glass doors to the backyard, shed, fenced-in dog run, attached 2-car garage, ranch home, dead-end streets. A very, very nice home and immediate possession on that one. That's, again, 356 Westview Ave. All of these properties can be found 24/7 at kellysoldit.com, or if you'd like to schedule a private showing on any of these properties, you can give us a call or text at 330-717-2689. That's 717-2689. Ask for Howard to give you a showing of these properties. And let's go ahead and move into our real estate questions from our listeners. What do you got for us, Jim?
All right. So we got a handful. Jolene writes, this is a good question. I feel like this is a good question. All right. Are we in a seller's market or a buyer's market right now?
I don't know how to make like the drum rolls now.
like everybody you talk to, everyone says, I listen to you every week on the radio, and I see you on the TV all the time, and everybody's saying right now it's a seller's market.
So I have an answer to this question. So I'm going to take a poll. Jim, what's your answer to this question?
Well, I think it is a seller's market because in my defense, I lived through a buyer's market that was crazy. So to see the difference between,
You actually have 3 options: seller's market, buyer's market, or stable market.
Oh, okay. Well, I didn't know that was a whole other option.
Well, we're educating here.
Huh.
So.
Well, then I would say it's still a seller's market.
Okay.
From what I've seen.
Howard, what are your thoughts?
I would say the majority of markets around Youngstown are neutral at the time.
Okay, so Howard's got a little bit better grasp on this here by saying the majority of markets. So that's my answer. There's not really, overall, we're probably, like Howard said, stable, maybe a little bit to the seller's favor, but different pockets. We are not a $20,000 house east side of Youngstown is not the same market as a new construction in South Range Schools, is not the same market as a $150,000 ranch in Canfield or Cortland or Howland, So that mid price range, average price range in our area is $115,000 or so. So something that's like $115,000 to $165,000. Most people in the area have that much money. You can buy a nice house in our suburbs for that price. And that is definitely a seller's market right now. If you've got a $125,000 ranch sitting in Boardman, Canfield, Howland, Poland, Austintown, Cortland, Salem, those are selling quick, especially if they're well maintained. We're in a seller's market in those fields. New construction's sitting a little bit longer. And then the lower end homes in the inner cities are sitting a little bit longer. Commercial multifamily land seem to be sitting a little bit longer. Lower end homes that are not lower, but mid, 50s, 60s, 70s, those are moving pretty quick right now. Those first time buyer price ranges are moving pretty quick. So we're all over the place. I don't have a real answer to you.
Well, I guess if you describe it that way, it can change from house to house, area to area.
Yeah, it really depends on zip code and price range.
Yeah, our price range seems to be, obviously if I literally have a $50,000 house and I price it at $80,000, I'm going to wind up sitting for a while.
Yeah, if you could tell us where you live, we could tell you what your market is.
Right, yes. Yeah. So, Joellen, we will respond to your email and get a little bit more information from you, and then we will be able to answer you a little bit better. Cool. Okay, so we are answering questions from askkelly@kellysoldit.com. What's the next question, Jim?
Right. The next question was, I am a first-time buyer. What do you charge for your services? What other closing costs would I have?
Oh, I love our first-time buyers.
Well, it's important. Obviously, you grow up, you see your parents live in a house, you live with them, your friends, some friends are starting to get married and have houses and stuff. So it's an important question of what am I going to do? How am I going to move forward?
And a big step.
Yeah. Or am I going to keep running this one-bedroom apartment that I live in by myself with my cat?
Well, what we're finding as the median age of first-time homeowners has gone up a little bit. People are getting educated, getting into their careers, stuff like that a little bit more before they're buying homes now, as a trend, I believe, nationally even. So just like our listener, they are asking these key questions. How much money do I need to save? What's this going to cost me? And we're running short on time here, so I am going to email you a detailed response. But short end of that question, our services are free to you as a buyer's agent, and it's very wise of you to hire your own agent. And like Howard had mentioned earlier, interview. Don't just pick the first agent that you meet at the first house. So find an agent that's going to mesh well with your personality and work well with you. And then the other closing costs that you have are largely loan originated. So if you're cash, your closing costs are a lot less than if you're getting financed. And if you're getting financed, they'll depend on credit score and lender and all sorts of different factors. Mm-hmm. So I'm going to email you more details on that and our contact information, and we'd love to set you up with one of our buyer's agents. For now, thank you for tuning in and listening to Real Estate Radio right here in the Valley. Myself and Jim and Howard have loved talking to you this morning about what a realtor is. So please continue to listen. We're on the air every Sunday morning at 8 a.m. and Sunday afternoons at 4 p.m. You can find us on the Valley's CW with Lauren Lidvig and Mike Case. Till then, you can catch us online 24/7 at kellysoldit.com or give us a call at 717-2689. Thanks for listening.
Thank you.
If you're thinking about selling your home, call the only agent to trust, Kelly Warren. Kelly guarantees to sell your home or she'll buy it. Call 330-717-2689 or go to kellysoldit.com. Join Kelly for Real Estate Radio every Sunday at 8 on 570 WKBN.